I didn't tie her up, officer. The homeless boy's voice shook as the millionaire opened her eyes. The gun was still pointed at his chest when the woman finally spoke. Please, she whispered, her voice hoarse, terrified. That boy. He saved me, the officer frowned. Ma'am, step back. He was found standing over you with the rope in his hands. The boy's knees trembled. He dropped the knife he'd used to cut her free and raised his hands. I was just trying to help, he said quietly. And that was the moment everything went wrong. Before the story continues, pause for a second. If you believe kindness can come from the most unexpected places, tap the like button, subscribe, and stay with me. Because this story will change how you see people forever. 17-year-old Malik hadn't eaten properly in 2 days. The forest on the edge of town was quiet, cold, and unforgiving. But it was safer than the streets at night. He'd built a small shelter from plastic sheets and broken branches, a place no one bothered him. No one cared enough to. That evening, Malik was searching for fallen firewood when he heard it. A muffled cry. At first, he froze. You learned quickly, living on the streets, that some sounds were traps. He took a step back, heart pounding. Then the cry came again, softer, desperate. Help! Please! Malik swallowed. He followed the sound deeper into the trees until he saw her. A woman in an expensive coat lay against a tree, wrists bound with rope, mouth taped. Her face was pale, eyes wide with terror. For a moment, they just stared at each other. Don't scream, Malik said gently, holding his hands up. I'm not here to hurt you. She shook her head frantically, tears streaking down her cheeks. Malik pulled out the small, rusted knife he used to cut cardboard. He moved slowly, deliberately, cutting the tape first. Someone took my bag, the woman gasped. My phone. My car. Please, I thought I was going to die. Malik cut the ropes around her wrists and ankles. His hands shook from the cold and the weight of the moment. You're safe now, he said. We need to get you help. She nodded, struggling to stand. Malik offered his arm. She hesitated, then took it. That was when headlights flooded the forest. Police! A voice shouted. Don't move! Malik turned, panic flooding his chest. 2 officers rushed toward them. One grabbed Malik's arm and shoved him to the ground. On your knees! The officer barked. No, wait! The woman cried. You don't understand. The officer cut her off. Ma'am, are you okay? Yes, but... They cuffed Malik before she could finish. He found me like this, she said urgently. He saved my life. The officers exchanged glances. And why would a homeless kid be wandering around the woods with a knife? One asked. Malik's throat tightened. He'd heard this tone before. He knew how this story usually ended. I didn't do anything, he said quietly. I swear. They searched his pockets. Nothing but lint, a broken lighter, and a half-eaten granola bar. The woman stepped forward. Officers, please listen to me. They finally turned to her properly, and that was when recognition flickered across one officer's face. Wait, are you Eleanor Wright? Her jaw tightened. Yes. Everything changed. Eleanor Wright wasn't just anyone. She was a self-made millionaire. Tech investor, philanthropist. Her face was on billboards, business magazines, charity galas. The officer straightened instantly. Ma'am, we're so sorry. We didn't realize... Then realize this, she said sharply. You're arresting the wrong person. They hesitated. There were reports of a kidnapping, the other officer said. And he was found with the victim. With the victim's ropes in his hands, Eleanor snapped. Because he was cutting them off. Silence hung in the air. Malik stared at the ground, fists clenched, humiliation burning through him. One officer muttered, We'll sort this out at the station. Eleanor's eyes flashed. No, you'll take those cuffs off him now. The officers paused. Slowly, reluctantly, they unlocked the cuffs. Malik rubbed his wrists, still afraid to look up. Eleanor turned to him. What's your name? Malik. How old are you? 17. And where do you live? He hesitated. Nowhere. Her expression cracked. Later that night, after statements and phone calls and a manhunt launched for the real attacker, Eleanor insisted Malik ride with her. You don't owe me anything, Malik said softly. I just did what anyone should. That's the problem, she replied. Most people don't. Over the next few days, Eleanor couldn't stop thinking about him, the fear in his eyes, the way the police had looked at him before they knew who she was. She dug deeper. She learned Malik had been in foster care since he was 9, that he aged out and fell through the cracks, that he was smart, top of his class before homelessness stole his future. Eleanor called a press conference. Not about her kidnapping, about Malik. She told the world how a homeless, black teenager saved her life and was nearly arrested for it. The footage went viral. The police department issued an apology. Policies were reviewed. Training mandated. But Eleanor didn't stop there. She paid for Malik's education, housing, therapy, mentorship. Years later, Malik stood beside her on a stage, no longer afraid, no longer invisible. He leaned into the microphone. "She didn't just change my life," he said. "She listened." Eleanor smiled through tears. And the world listened too. So here's the question for you. How many Maliks have been misunderstood, just because of how they look or where they come from? If this story moved you, subscribe for more powerful stories that remind us humanity still exists. Drop a comment below. What would you have done in that forest?